Hey, what's up, guys? This is K Dub back with another video, and this will probably be my last video for tonight. So, this is probably my last video for tonight, and I'm gonna talk about Oakland Raiders, bringing back Jon Gruden, back as a head coach. Because a lot of people don't know that he was a head coach, back in the early 90s, 1998 to 2001, he was a head coach. And, it's crazy, 20 years later, he's now their head coach again. So, you know, you know, I would say, congratulations to him, and hopefully, this time he can, become successful, as a head coach. Because I know he not only loves, being a head coach, and he also loves his quarterback. So he'll definitely have no problem, picking a good quarterback because that's his specialty. Even though he had a lot of offensive positions, to for these NFL teams and for college as well. So and also give you a little bit of insight of Jon Gruden's history with college, the college coaching positions and the NFLs. So let's get to it. Let's see here. Okay, now his first, position, started as a graduate assistant coach at the University of Tennessee, during the 1985 and 86 season. He spent, the good, 2 years over there, and then he, moved on to Southeast, Missouri State, in 1988. Something wrong with my computer. Yeah, my bad. My computer is lagging. So I actually got a list of all the things he accomplished and some of the things of I didn't even know. I know he was in college and then he moved on to the NFL and all that, but there's some of the schools I forgot that he went to. But I know the positions, but the school was what I forgot. But moving on. But yeah, he moved on to Southeast Missouri State and became, their passing game coordinator in 1988 for a year. And then 1989, he moved to, Pacific University of the Pacific and became the tight ends coach. And then when all that's settled and done, he got called from the NFL, especially specifically from the San Francisco 49ers in 1990. And he went on to become the offensive assistant coach. And then, when all that was settled and done again, he went to the Pittsburgh, Steelers in 1991 and became their wide receivers coach. And then in 92, he became the Green Bay Packers, and he's been with the Packers since 92 to 94. So he's been with them for 4 years. But at first, he was their offensive assistant coach. But then he went to the next year he became their wide receivers coach, and they did pretty to me he they did pretty good over there with the Packers, and then in 1995 to 97 he went to become the offensive coordinator for Philadelphia Eagles, and then excuse me, still tired. But then, after that, that's when he got his first, head coach position, given to him, by the Oakland Raiders, and he been with their head coach since 98 to 2001. He's been their coach for 3 years, and they did pretty good, because the Raiders, they had consecutive 8-8 seasons, in 98, 99, but leaped out of last place in the AFC West. But after reuniting with Rich Gannon, he led the Raiders to the top of the AFC West, and they made it to the playoffs, 3 years in a row around the time that he was there. In 2000 season, they finished, 12-4. Their best, season in decades, in their first division title, since 1990 at that time. Ultimately, they reached their AFC championship, but lost to the you know defending Super Bowl champions at the time, the Baltimore Ravens. And then they came back, in 2001, in the postseason with a 10-6 record. God damn. And that was also when Gruden got the nickname Chucky, which was from actually his defensive lineman, Grady Jackson, from the movie, Chucky, from 1988 movie Child's Play. If any of y'all don't know them, if y'all never seen it, actually, it's a good movie. Watch it at your own time. But after those glory days in Oakland, he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2002 and 2008. As a head coach, and that's also around the time when he won his first championship. I mean, his first Super Bowl championship, and that was with the Buccaneers in 2003, where he beat the his old team, Oakland Raiders, 48-21. You know, and actually also on the date too. I forgot where the oh yeah, they had at California. My bad. They had it at California, in San Diego. January 26, 2003. That's when Buccaneers won their championship, and in their last that's and also they got the nickname Gruden Bowl, because of that championship. You know, More random facts. And after that, because he'd been with the Buccaneers, for the past 6 years, and that's when in 2009 he starts to become working with the media, with ESPN, having a bunch of talk shows and all that, and that's when basically becoming a broadcaster, becoming an analyst for Monday Night Football, basically replacing Tony Kornheiser, at the time, and and again with the his series, Jon Gruden's quarterback camp, which I still watch that show a lot. You know they uh they bring up pretty good quarterbacks, like Cam Newton, RG3, aka Robert Griffin III, Andrew Luck, Johnny Manziel, and all those good quarterbacks. And after he's been away from NFL for the past 9 years, he was doing pretty well, and then he got a good another opportunity to Oakland Raiders to call, basically, I mean, I don't know, was it call or contact Jon Gruden or any way, and let him know that they want him to be the head coach again. And obviously he took it. They're the head coach now. You can, as you can see on the the title, and also what, I'm glad for him. I'm proud. I'm happy for him. He's back to where I'm sure he wants to be again. And I just and let's see where this goes. He probably win another. He'll probably turn this team around and win another championship. Who knows? And probably see if Marshawn Lynch. I don't know if Marshawn Lynch's gonna have another season with them. Probably not. But hey, if we could have another season with them, then I'll definitely gonna watch their games. That's for sure. So that's the a little bit of history of him in his career. So let's get to this article. What has been official for the few days now has become officially official. Because they said I'm because it's saying official, and I already know why. Because a couple of days ago they've been saying that the Raiders are gonna they saying that they're gonna have a press conference or something like that and name Jon Gruden as the head coach. So basically, he got the job. He's their head coach now. So it's they're making it more for the public basically. On Saturday, Jon Gruden called his last game with Sean McDonough, McDonough, McDonough. Sorry, I don't know if I know how to say his name right. And while he wouldn't confirm he was leaving, it became very evident that he was leaving, which is why Sean became extremely emotional after the broadcast. I understand why, but business is business. Hours after the game, the Oakland Raiders made it official by sending out tweets and press release. As a, like this one for example. Welcome back, Coach Gruden. Let's get to work. Back in black, Raider Nation. 15 years after the franchise traded him to the Tampa Bay Bucks following the 2001 season, he returns to the black hole. He has been out of coaching since being fired by Tampa Bay after the 2008 season. But yeah, this is pretty interesting, man. And he had a big old contract say as well. I don't know if it's real or not, but the contract I heard of is like 10 years, $100 million. If so, then sheesh, that's a pretty good penny to that's a pretty good penny to get, man. It's definitely nothing to sneeze on. Definitely, I wouldn't have no problem, getting $100 million, 10-year contracts. I wouldn't be mad about that. So shoot, $100 million. Shoot, I don't know. I don't know what would I would do with $100 million. But yeah, this is a crazy, story. But again, I would congratulate him on his achievement of becoming a coach again in the NFL. So let me guys know in the comments, what you think about this story and what you think he'll be successful as, the Raiders head coach. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.